Hello all. So tonight's companion animal webinar series is over cat enrichment. I am Grace Kim, the 4-H Extension Assistant for the Companion Animal Program. So if you do have any questions about the 4-H program, specifically any of the companion animals or the dog program, I'm your gal. My email will be at the end of this webinar. Any of those that are on tonight live, you are always welcome to ask questions during the webinar, but I will ask questions at the end if you guys do have any that come up while I'm talking. For those of you that aren't able to get on tonight, this webinar will be recorded and posted on our companion animal YouTube page. So if you ever want to come back on later, rewatch it, or even watch it if you didn't get the chance to watch it, it will be posted there. Our next month's webinar will be over dog enrichment activities. Some of these webinars could also be anything about the 4-H program or any changes to the 4-H program in the companion animal section. So always be on the lookout. We usually post via social media. So our UNL companion animal page on Facebook always has great articles and notifications if you guys want to learn more. So let me get my screen shared and we will start with tonight's webinar. Okay, so enrichment ideas for cats. I would like to start off with enrichment. What is it and why does your cat need it? Enrichment is defined as giving an animal an activity that tailors to their natural instincts that allows them to problem solve or remain entertained. So this can be social, environmental, or mental. Why would you want to enrich your cat? Often cats, majority of cats are kept indoors. So usually the reason is you want to limit injuries to your cat if they are outdoors. Limit the catching diseases such as feline leukemia, or you want to make sure your cat comes home. And it's really hard. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't with all those environmental factors. You also want to keep behaviors from appearing. So bad negative behaviors. A cat is a natural predator. So, they like to eat meat, they like to hunt. It's their natural ability. So keeping those instincts intact and, oh, sorry, my dogs are in the background. Have to lay down. Keeping them intact will also help with any negative behaviors such as scratching on furniture or possibly litter training negative behaviors, maybe not going in the litter box or any aggression towards people or other animals. So enrichment is very important for any animal, but specifically tailoring them to the breed or the type of animal that you have in your house. So how can you give enrichment? There are many different types of ways specifically for cats. It doesn't have to be those toys that you buy at the pet store that can kind of get expensive, or squeaky toys, or even the little jingle mice that you see a lot. It can include climbing, keeping their muscles, keeping them using their muscles, using those claws if they have any, maybe hiding treats or foods from your cat and keeping them encouraged. Sometimes you don't have to buy expensive toys or materials, you can make them yourself. So the next couple slides we'll talk about toy enrichment and different types of environmental enrichment, and then mental and social enrichment that you can provide your cat. Toys specifically, if you're willing to buy toys, there's a lot of different ones out there. So you can do boxes with holes, which a lot of us have boxes at home, so you can make your own puzzle toys with pieces of food in them. As you can see in the pictures, there's a lot of these manufactured kinds, a little water fountain, a little toy with a ball, or even the one with the little string where you can toss it up to get your cat's attention. water fountains, and then sturdy toys with bells inside of them, or interactive or puzzle food types of diets. We also see a lot of those with dogs too. So lots of toys, a lot of things you can find at your local pet store or even Amazon. You just have to make sure it's suitable for your type of cat, or kittens or older adults, that whatever they like to do, you might want to buy them according to their preference. Next, I would consider environmental enrichment. So environmental enrichment can include anything that you can kind of control or help them experience. So hiding places, scratching posts. Those scratching posts really come in handy. So then your cats don't ruin any furniture, or I see lots of couches get ruined from them scratching, trying to exhibit those instincts and muscles that they want to use. Catios or catteries. Catio is like an outdoor enclosure. So I've seen a lot of people build these types of enclosures right here that are safe, that your cat won't get out of, but then they still have the experience of being outdoors, and you don't get to lose them, or they might get attacked by a predator of different sorts. Bird feeders. Lots of cats like to look out windows. So if you want to put a little perch for your cat and then have bird feeder outside, cats love looking at birds, sometimes want to grab them, but it stimulates their mental enrichment. And then an exercise wheel. I don't know many cats that use these. You have to kind of get them used to the wheel with little treats and getting them used to the moving wheel. Those are kind of cool if you've seen any of those in person. And very popular are the cat hammocks. They like to lounge around and like to be cuddled up in stuff like hammocks too. Also, to reiterate, big towers like these cat ones, you do not always have to get them, but they do come in handy, especially if you have multiple cats. Cats like sitting up high and being in little enclosures, as you've always seen with those cat videos of cats being in boxes. So environmental, if you can. If your cat allows you, maybe your cat lets you take them on walks. So anything outdoors or stimulating things from outdoors to indoors would be great for your cat. Mental and social enrichment. This is a big factor in enrichment because you can physically help your cat, maybe strengthen those muscles, but mentally they need to be worked because they are predator animals. They like to catch mice if they can, if they have that instinct. So that mental enrichment and social enrichment can usually be tied together. You can do this with training or even playing with your cat. You've seen those videos where people train their cats to do tricks. So ring a bell or sit, lay down, come with treats. So it's very similar to how you would essentially train a dog, obviously tailoring it to your animal. Playing with toys and wands, having them use their instincts and their quick animal skills to get those wands that look like a little fishing reel, so then they can catch those feathers and use those muscles, but then also kind of plan because they like to sneak up on things. So stimulating that mental and social enrichment is always good for your cat. Moving on, like I said, cats can learn so many tricks. You would be surprised. They can jump through hoops, paw. A lot of people use the treats with the clicker. Once they've done the trick and they did it correctly, they click the clicker and then they feed them the treat to do positive enforcement. Down here, you can see that the cats down here are learning to ring the bell, and whenever they ring the bell, they get food. I don't know if I would personally do that because I feel like my cat, if I had one, would be ringing the bell nonstop for food. So anything that you would like your cat to learn would be well. Cats learn with positive reinforcement. So just making sure you get healthy, safe treats for your cat, and then patience. They're learning new tricks. It's hard to learn new things, especially if you don't know what is getting asked of you. Enrichment, and how do you start? I know you can start, especially if a lot of us get kittens or rescue cats, you want to make sure you can tailor them to your animal and experience that it has. So you can find a lot at those big chain, your local pet stores, Amazon, Petco, PetSmart. Specifically, these are kind of specific to Lincoln/Nebraska. And then you can also search tutorials. So a lot of cat toys require toilet paper rolls, like the cardboard, or even paper towel cardboard rolls, and some feathers, and maybe some felt wire, super easy things that you can make yourself. And then if the cat ruins it, you can always make a new one for cheap. YouTube is a great resource for you to find. A lot of creators have made great tutorials that could tailor and help with your cat or your age that you have with your cat. And they do lots of explaining for tricks and different videos on how to make toys. So all of that is the best way to begin if you have no clue where to start. I know tonight's webinar was pretty short. We tried to split this one up with cat versus dog enrichment, so this one was a little short. I would like to share this simple YouTube video of how to make a cat toy. This one I kind of did in between. This is using a cardboard toilet paper roll with, I think, some yarn around it, and these little kittens are enjoying it. So I'll just play a couple seconds of it and how they very quickly made toys such as this.
Full toilet paper roll and a paper towel roll. These are things people have in their house that they're getting rid of. So you want to just have a regular pair of scissors. You might need to cut down the paper towel. So yeah, just put it in half here. And whatever. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut about 1 inch up on the edge. And then we're going to keep cutting all the way around, basically making a fringe. So about 1/4 of an inch away from each other. You can do both sides. So it kind of makes like a broom, sort of. Spread them out. And now it has legs. And to think this is something that people throw away every day, and it could be a cat toy. And they're going to destroy this, like, in the first hour.
So simple, easy YouTube videos such as that, you guys can get started on, super easy. If any of you that are on tonight have any questions, please let me know.